Goeiedag! Good day, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Bonsai sends you a special greeting as well. Now, we know the world is changing, and we know that technology is at the heart of all these changes. When Ramaphosa talks about the fourth industrial revolution, he's talking about artificial intelligence and so much more. And basically what's happening under the fourth industrial revolution is the complete control of the wider population by the very select and super wealthy. Don't believe me? Right now, they're bringing out a vaccination that will include a microchip that will identify you forever, so that you can be tracked and traced. This is the sign of the beast we're talking about. I mean, the Bible talks about this, or the mark of the beast. For years we've been watching as Microsoft founder Bill Gates, now retired from the company he founded, uses billions to give free vaccinations to people in third world countries. Now Gates has become a founding partner in another company. This one is called the ID 2020 Alliance, and its goal is to give every human being on Earth a digital ID, a footprint, something that can be tracked. How do they plan on accomplishing this feat? By combining mandatory vaccinations with implantable microchips. Genius, isn't it? And coming soon to a theatre near you, as the saying goes. Now, let's quote Revelations 13, verses 16 to 18. And he causes us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now that's straight out of Revelations. And this little microchip that Gates and the United Nations and the Soros Foundation and Open Society Foundations and all these feral people want to implant into every human in the world is all about control. So now you know that Bill Gates and his wife Melinda were really doing over the past 10 years, traveling to third world countries and giving free vaccinations to the poor, downtrodden natives. Those free vaccinations was research and a live testing lab to conduct the necessary experiments required to form ID 2020. And if you think I'm talking bullshit, I'm attaching 2 videos to this intro where you can actually see where they're boasting about the benefits of ID 2020. This is official promo videos promoting the idea that everybody should be microchipped. And as you'll see today, this unholy hybrid of vaccinations and implantable microchips is already happening in Bangladesh. Soon it'll be Boston. A page on the Gates Foundation website says that Bill and Melinda have so far invested 2.5 billion US dollars to this project with no end in sight. Can the man who put the world behind a personal computer now put a vaccination microchip digital ID into the global population? Bill Gates is absolutely positive he can, and indeed is well on his way to achieving that goal. So, I'm going to say no more than I'm just going to attach these 2 promo videos which suggest that microchipping everybody on Earth is really cool. It's a way to go. Absolutely disgusting. The mark of the beast. Alright guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. Ring the bell for the updates. Please like this video. Please share this video. And above all, stay safe. Bye for now.
The ability to prove one's identity is a fundamental and universal human right.
We live in a digital era.
Individuals need a trusted, verifiable way to prove who they are,
both in the physical world
and online.
Over 1 billion people worldwide are unable to prove their identity through any recognized means.
As such, they are without the protection of law and are unable to access basic services, participate as a citizen or voter, or transact in the modern economy.
La mayoría de esos afectados son niños y adolescentes. Muchos de ellos son refugiados, desplazados forzosos o personas sin país.
For some, including refugees, the stateless, and other marginalized groups, reliance on national identification systems isn't possible.
This may be due to exclusion, inaccessibility, or risk, or because the credentials they do hold are not broadly recognized.
While we support efforts to expand access to national identity programs, we believe it is imperative to complement such efforts by providing alternatives to individuals lacking safe and reliable access to state-based systems.
We believe that individuals must have control over their own digital identities,
including how personal data is collected, used, and shared.
Everyone should be able to assert their identity across institutional and national borders and across time.
La privacidad, la portabilidad y la persistencia son necesarias para que la identidad digital empodere y proteja a las personas de manera importante.
Digital identity carries significant risk if not thoughtfully designed and carefully implemented.
We do not underestimate the risks of data misuse and abuse, particularly when digital identity systems are designed as large, centralized databases.
Technical design can mitigate some of the risks of digital identity.
Emerging technology, for example, cryptographically secure, decentralized systems,
could provide greater privacy protection for users, while also allowing for portability and verifiability.
But widespread agreement on principles, technical design patterns, and interoperability standards is needed for decentralized digital identities to be trusted and recognized.
This better model of digital identity will not emerge spontaneously.
In order for digital identities to be broadly trusted and recognized, we need sustained and transparent collaboration aligned around these shared principles, along with supporting regulatory and policy frameworks.
ID 2020 Alliance partners jointly define functional requirements, influencing the course of technical innovation, and providing a route to technical interoperability, and therefore trust and recognition.
The ID 2020 Alliance recognizes that taking these ideas to scale requires a robust evidence base, which will inform advocacy and policy.
As such, ID 2020 Alliance-supported pilots are designed around a common monitoring and evaluation framework.
We humbly recognize that this is no easy task, but we see urgency as a moral imperative. This is why we have set ambitious targets and why we hold ourselves to account.
ID 2020 is a global strategic initiative aiming to help deliver against the United Nations sustainable goal of legal identity for all. There are 1.5 billion people in the world who don't have a legal identity. No legal identity means no bank account and social exclusion. It matters to society as a whole. It's incumbent upon those that can to serve those that can't. It's going to be an annual conference up until 2030. There will be a mixture of non-governmental organisations, humanitarian agencies, technologists, innovators and policymakers. Technology cannot speak for itself. It requires innovators to talk to policymakers, and this is a forum at which we can do that. Legal identity for 1.5 billion people is complex. PwC does complex. Where would you start? Well, ID 2020 is simple and smart. The summit will look to examine the issues and to work out whether technology can be an enabler for societal good. Once a person has a legal identity, governments and non-government organisations can help people become safe, part of society, financially included and economically active. By bringing the right people to the table, focusing the debate and thinking of solutions that will affect up to a third of the world. The time is right to start today.